Israel masses troops near Gaza as it prepares for the next phase of its military operation to, quote, wipe out Hamas. The BBC confirms young children were among those killed yesterday in an airstrike on vehicles leaving northern Gaza along an Israeli-designated route heading south. And President Biden speaks to the Israeli and Palestinian leaders as the U.S. steps up efforts to contain the escalating conflict. Thousands of people flee the north of Gaza amid Israeli evacuation orders as the humanitarian crisis in the territory deepens.
An attack by air, sea and land. The Israeli Prime Minister says the next stage in the war against Hamas is coming.
The World Health Organization warns evacuation orders by Israel to hospitals in northern Gaza could be tantamount to a death sentence for patients.
At the border between Gaza and Egypt, there is chaos with people desperate to get out.
I'm really in fear, and every time I just have to have the thought of me dying in a bomb in Gaza.
Let's take a look at today's papers, and as you would expect, the conflict between Israel and Gaza continues to dominate. That's the Sunday Mirror. It features a full-page image of a man carrying an injured child following a bombing raid on a city in southern Gaza. Its headline there reads, "Escape to Hell."
The Sunday Times leads on reports that Israel is preparing to attack Hamas by land, sea and air. Of course, that ground incursion has yet to begin. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians trying to flee south away from the fighting.
In The Observer, the paper says that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has warned Gazans that the next stage of the conflict is coming.
Well, the Express this Sunday morning, the Sunday Express reporting that the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has pledged Britain's unwavering support for Israel in its fight against the horror and barbarism of Hamas.
There is growing international concern over the conflict. Tens of thousands of people gathering for pro-Palestinian demonstrations across the UK. Protesters filled the streets of central London on Saturday as thousands also gathered in Manchester, Liverpool, Edinburgh and other parts of the UK. The Met Police said 15 people have been arrested, including one for criminal damage and two for public order offenses. Right here in Washington, D.C., demonstrators rallied outside the White House in support of Palestinians, with police putting up protective fencing the night before. And in California, thousands also taking to the streets of Los Angeles at a pro-Palestine rally. In the last few days, there have been demonstrations in favor of Israel and Palestine in several cities around the world. And we can show you now some live pictures from a Free Palestine rally that is at Sydney's Town Hall amid ongoing fighting between Israel and the Palestinian Islamist group Hamas. You can see the large crowd there waving Palestinian flags. Again, those are live images coming in from Sydney in Australia.